beloved, you are still in it. Sin is not just something you read about in the Old Testament. The devil is real, and he's trying to get with the best of men, and he keeps on testing them to try to make them fall. And nowadays, our mind frames are all wrong. We won't praise the Savior, but we raise the roof every time the DJ plays our favorite songs. Come on. We walk around judging others for what they eat or what they drink, as if our behinds don't stink. Sometimes we speak before we think. Sometimes we leave before we look, we get upset at where we land. So I'm here to help you understand. I'm trying to take you by the hand. I want to lead you out of Egypt and into the promised land. Because ignorance is not bliss. Do you even know what Egypt represents? Well, Egypt represents sin. And this is a bondage that every woman and every man are born in. Egypt was filled with witchcraft, slavery, and idolatry. In Egypt, there was Pharaoh. He was more than just a leader. He was more than just a king. Pharaoh considered himself to be a god. And that's the same mind frame that keeps the Lord and Satan at odds. So here's old Pharaoh. He's got the slaves making bricks and building monuments so the future world can have evidence of his opulence and his accomplishments. Until one day, this Hebrew slave sent her child down the Nile. And when that child was found, the child grew up in Pharaoh's house. Until the child found out that he was actually a slave. And then he began to see Egypt for all of its evil ways. And then he ran away until he found himself one day standing in a holy place. And the I am that I am said, I've heard my children's cry. And no longer will I sit idly by while the Hebrews suffer and die. And so Moses was chosen to return to Pharaoh and let him know he needs to let God's people go. Wish I had some more. But Pharaoh said no. He refused to let the Hebrews loose. See, Pharaoh's heart had gotten hard. His head got too large. He thought he was the one in charge. Pharaoh did not know God and did not want to obey. But what he really didn't know is my God does not play. And so day after day after day, Egypt was hit with these plagues. And Pharaoh finally realized who was number one when he witnessed the death of his son. See how ignorance is not bliss? And I would be remiss if I did not tell you this. Even though I know some of you are going to miss and not understand. I'm trying to take you by the hand. I'm trying to lead you out of Egypt and into promise.